What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in a Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic. And today, Land Rover DLC is out now, and I am not kidding. I made a trip to the salon to find out where all the cars were available. They are all only available at the auction house. So, after 72 trips to the auction house, I finally have all four. All of them were only in the higher upmarket auction house, not in the junkyard one. But here they all are. We have the Land Rover Defender 90 from 2015. It's standard edition with 62,000 kilometers on it. I paid 72,000 for it. Luckily, I did get it a bit undervalued, so that's good on that one. Here she is. She's a bit of a beast. What a good looking car. Very happy with this. Looking pretty sick. Got some work to do on this one. This isn't what we're going to be working on today, though. We also have over here the Land Rover Range Rover Evoque standard with only 27,000 kilometers on it. I paid 66,000 and again got it undervalued. Thank you, auction house. That doesn't normally happen. This one looks cool as. I can't wait to work on this one. But again, this is not the one that we are going to be working on today. So we'll head into the garage. Over here, we have the Land Rover Range Rover Sport SVR standard with only 32,000 kilometers on it. And I only paid 67,000 for it. Massively undervalued. Got that one on a very good deal at the auction house. Very happy with that. Looking insane. This is probably going to be the one I'll be working on today. But the other one is the Land Rover Discovery, sorry. This one only has 18,000 kilometers on it. And I paid 117,000 for it, just under budget on that one, or under value on that one. So that's pretty cool. We're not going to be working on that one today. We are going to be working on the Land Rover Range Rover Sport SVR. We're just going to call it the Range Rover from here on forwards. Pretty cool looking vehicle. We are going to put performance parts in that engine. It's a bit of a beast of an engine in there. We're going to see how fast we can make it. And we're going to black this one out. We're going to make it look like a gangster Range Rover. That's what we're going to do today. Let's take it over to the car wash. We will get it cleaned, even though it's not in that bad of a condition. But let's get started. Let's jump in. Here we are at the car wash. Nice English side of the road. Let's get it cleaned up. Oh, don't know what happened there. We do have a few odd coloured panels on this one, but it is in very good condition. So I should just be able to repair all of this and get it back on the car. Get the interior done. We'll get it back on the lift and we'll get that engine ripped out. Ready to start working on this beast. Now, being that we bought this from the auction house, it is in very good condition. I could probably just repair all of this and put it straight back on, but I do want to put performance parts on it because we want to make this as fast as we can. We want to put some high horsepower stuff in this. So let's get it stripped down. Let's get all this exhaust out. Let's get the gearbox out. Oh my god, got loads of bits connected here. So we have the drive shaft to the front and to the back, obviously, because it is four-wheel drive, which means we need this transfer case. So we'll get him off. Then we'll get this gearbox off. Only 3 bolts on this one. Nice. And we'll just have a look. There is an oil pan there, so I will need to use that oil drain. So let's get it drained out. There you are. Move you underneath the Range Rover. Nice clean oil there. Lots of that. Let's get you put away, and then let's get this engine ripped out, and we can start stripping this down, ready to be worked on. Move the crane. Nice, that came out nice and easy, which is a hell of a start. Let's get you put away, and let's just start taking these body panels off, and I'll see you in a few minutes. That is all the body stripped off. Let's get in and get this engine bay cleared out. Obviously, everything is full of liquids, so we do have to drain all of these to avoid the spills and the charges. I couldn't get that clip then. Try again. Let's get all of this out. Obviously, I've shown you before, but I will show you again. Additional tools, drain tool, and then you just click on them all, left click on them all, and it will auto drain them all. That's how you get all of these different bits drained. I'll get all of this done. I'll get the rest of this engine bay cleared, and we'll start on the suspension. Here we are with the underside. Let's just get this first wheel off and we'll have a quick look around and see what we've got under here. Pretty standard front end there, upper and lower arms, but we do have front air shocks. Obviously, I think we got rear shocks as well, and a large intercooler sat at the front as well, so we'll get that off. Oh, it's a long wheelbase. Let's get this rear wheel out the way so we can have a look at the rear suspension setup here. Disc brakes, nice. Ah, and it's one of these that takes all of the rubber bushings. Nice. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll just get cracked on with that. And I get cracked on and get all of this cleared up, and then I'll get everything repaired, and we'll start getting that engine stripped down. Now, everything is stripped out of this vehicle now, looking a bit bare. I've just got the engine to strip down, but before I jump into that, let's make sure we get that battery on charge. And let's get this engine stripped down. Look at this. This is a beast. Let's put it the right way around, shall we? This is an absolute monster. Look at the size of it. It is huge. Air intake hoses. You got the oil filter on the filter on the top there. Nice throttle. I'm going to get on and get this stripped down. What have we got? The Supercharger, but you need to get the belts off to get that. So I'm going to get this done. That Supercharger looks insane up there. Can't wait to see what this is like with a splash of colour on it. Maybe not too much. But yeah, I'm going to get on and get this stripped, and I'll meet you back by the car. Here we are then. Everything is finally stripped down for this lovely Range Rover. Everything's stripped off. The underside's all stripped down. Everything is repaired and ready to go, including that engine. We just got to grab this welder. Get the frame up to 100%. It wasn't far off. What was it actually at? Only at 83. It's not too bad. But let's get it repaired. 1400. Not too bad at all. Let's get this put away, and then we'll get all the body back on. And then we'll head to send it over to the paint shop for its new coat of paint. Now, I am pretty confident we are just going to black this one out. We're going to make it look like I don't know, like a security convoy sort of car, or some might say a gangster's car. I think even I said a gangster's car at the beginning. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to get all of these body panels back on, get it over to the paint shop, and we'll see what happens when we're there. So I'll see you in a moment. Here it is then. I went for a flat matte black. I think it looks absolutely stunning. There are no livery options for this. And obviously these wind mirrors can't be painted either, which is a shame. I'd have liked to get a bit of flat black on them. We obviously will tint the windows out black later on. I'm thinking that's looking pretty cool. I am going to paint the underside in a complete black to match. And I'm unsure what I'm going to do with that engine yet. I'll find out when we get there. So let's get it back over on the lift. Let's get all the suspension back on and get ready to finish this car off. There is no suspension to reassemble because we've got on them air rides. So let's just start getting this all back together. I have just gone everything that is paintable in this matte black under here, just to keep it all blacked out. I really like how it looks. Well, I'm hoping I like how it looks. I like how it all looked in the paint shop. We'll see how it all looks when it's all on the car together. So I will crack on and get most of this done front and back, and I will join you in a few moments where we can see how it all looks. But before I disappear, I just wanted to show you one thing. And that is, I did go for the red. This is a matte red. It looks a bit satin there on the shocks there. Just to give it a tiny bit of splash of colour. Everything else is black. So I'm going to get on and get all of this finished. And I'll meet you back here in a moment. Here it is then, all painted in this matte black. I think it looks absolutely great with just the air ride there in the matte red. Looking absolutely stunning. Very happy with how it turned out. I've just got one more thing to put in while I'm under here, and that's this large intercooler here. And then let's get on and let's get this engine bay back together, ready to drop a new engine. I love how this looks. This looks absolutely stunning if you ask me. Let's get all this engine bay back together. There is quite a lot to do here. Obviously, we've got the fuse boxes over here. We've got the air filters. These are both painted in matte black all the way through, looking really nice. Everything else is obviously unpaintable. The only other thing different I've done is I've put some matte red clips on it just to put a bit of colour inside this engine bay. And what I am going to do with that engine, as you will see in a few moments when I jump over to it, is I'm going to get most of the engine painted in a matte black with a few splashes of that matte red here and there. I know some of you are very anti-painting engines, but I like it. I think they look absolutely sweet. Although this one does have a big old carbon fibre cover, so it is a bit pointless, but I've still done it anyway. So I'm going to get this finished off, and I'll see you back here in a few minutes, or back at the engine in a few minutes. Here we are then on the wheels. I thought I'd quickly do this before we jump in and get that engine done. These wheels are insane. I kept the original Land Rover wheels. They are obviously the Rim Sport SVR there. I painted them in a matte black to match the car because, well, that's the look, the effect I was going with in this vehicle today. The sizes, though, they are 25-inch rims with a 275 thickness and a 30 profile at the front. 25-inch rims with a 325 thickness and a 30 profile at the back. Looking pretty good. Now, these are the biggest I would let the game would let me put these rims, 25-inch. I think they look insane. Let's just quickly get this window tinting done. We all know exactly what we're going to do here. Fully blacked out, and then just a slight bit less on the windscreen just because you want to be able to see through it. Let's go with an 80% and hope that that's all right. There she is looks-wise. That is beautiful. I really like how that's turned out. It's very cool looking. But now let's go and get that engine built up, ready to drop into this Range Rover. I have already bought everything I need, upgraded what I need to upgrade, and painted it with a few bits matte black and a few splashes of red here and there. So I'll get on with most of this, and then I'll see you guys in a few moments when we come to some of the funky parts of this engine, shall we say. We do have the timing chain shoes just going in here now. As you can see, it's double chained both sides with the cogs there on to the camshafts. It does look pretty cool. Just going to get these, there's a few timing covers to go on. Now, most of this, as I said I was going to do, is just painted black with a few splashes of red here and there. The water pump, the oil filter, the fuel filter, which is always red if you go for a performance part. But most of it is just blacked out. It is going to be covered by the carbon fibre engine cover anyway. I'll just get these bits on so you can get a basic look of how it's going to be in a moment. See the supercharger on, that is also blacked out, looking smart. This is all in the matte black, same as the body, and the reds are the matte red as well. The ignition coils, they are red anyway, but I did give them a matte coating in the red just to make them pop a little bit. Along with these fuel rails, they weren't red anyway, but they are in a matte red now. And the throttle is also red, and there is a very good reason for that on this engine, because you do have this air intake hose, which the performance part is red on there as well. Looking pretty sweet. I'm going to get on and get this finished off, and I'll meet you back by the car when it's ready to go in. The engine is finished. I have just dropped it in. Let's have a look. Let's just drop it down on the ground a bit. Let's have a look. Obviously, with that carbon fibre engine cover there, as I say, you can't really see much of it, but you can just about see the few red bits poking out, and a few of the matte black on the top there. But I think that looks pretty sweet. I'm happy with how that turned out. I like how the battery just pokes through the top there. That's pretty cool. I've got a few of the liquids topped up, just got a few more to go. But more importantly, we've got to get that underside finished, get that gearbox in, get the exhaust in, get this car finished and outside, because there are a few other bits on the update that I do have to show you guys today that are pretty sweet. Here she is then, completely finished off with a beautiful engine bay, looking stunning in there. I love these blacked out wheels with the red air shocks just about visible through them. I think they look incredible. I'm very happy with how this has turned out. I am going to have to be a bit quick though, because I do have a few extra bits to show you guys today. So let's just jump. Oh, got stuck on the car. Let's just jump in and see what this one sounds like before we take it over to the dyno. Oh, that's a good rumble. That sounds incredible. Bit whiny at the top end, but it still sounds great. I love how it sounds. Let's get it over to the dyno and see what kind of horsepower it puts out. Now, obviously, the mighty SVR Land Rover V8 started at 550 horsepower, which is pretty good going to start with. But what have we added to it? An extra 505 horsepower, which is 92%, bringing the total to just over 1,000 at 1,054 horsepower. Let's get it on the track and see what its top speed is. Listen to that rumble. Ready, set, go. I'm hoping this is going to be pretty quick. It's got slicks on it. I added one more gear to 9 gears because it already had 8 and just tweaked it a little bit. Let's see what it puts out on this stretch. Hopefully it'll be fast. We're already in 7th gear. Just broken over 350, heading towards the 400 mark now. There it is. Can we get No. 408 kilometers an hour from a big-ass 4x4 is very impressive. And here's the other new additional feature to show you guys today. You have photo locations. If you just jump in your car, select drive and go to photo locations, you have a couple of different locations to use. Let's just jump in. Let's have a quick look at a few of them. This is location number 1, looking pretty cool. Now, obviously, you can just do screenshots in here, or you can go into the photo mode. Here it is. I'll just take a couple of photos. There's one there. These aren't the ones I'm going to use. I will grab a few more when I'm not speaking. Plus, I don't want to use this location for my first one. I've got a few other choices. So let's head back. This is the location number 2. I love the stone brickwork on the flooring, looking stunning with all these lights around the outside. Looking amazing. Let's grab a photo while we're here. Oh, that's not very in focus, is it? Come on, sort your life out. That'll do. Grab a photo while we're there, and it saves. You can see where it says it's saving at the top there, so you can go back and check it out. But let's check out location number 3. This is location number 3, and my god, this looks incredible with the random bits of light everywhere. How far can I even walk? Not that far. It's a bit bizarre with all the lights, but this looks amazing. This is where I'm going to get all my photos. We'll just take one quickly while we're here. It doesn't really like focusing on the car very much. I mean, I know you can change all the settings, but I'm just trying to do this quickly because I have a feeling that this is already going to be long enough, this video. So I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to get some pictures for myself to upload, and then we'll get back with the facts and the figures. As I said that, I just found some additional settings. So once you've got your camera position fixed, you can then rotate the car to keep the light angles on it the way you want. And you can also rotate the way the wheels are facing, which I think is pretty sweet for this. Also, there's a couple of frame options. You can't really see them in here, but you can have a play around with them yourself when you're in it. And you can also put the Car Mechanic Simulator logo. I'm assuming you'll be able to add your own logos or other logos in the future. And also pick where you want it to be, which I think is pretty sweet. Anyway, I'm not going to have any frames. I'm going to get some photos now, and then I'll see you back for the facts and figures. Okay, I've got my pictures done, so here it is for the last time. The Range Rover Sport SVR. Looking absolutely stunning. I love how this looks. It is very beautiful. It is a lovely car, and it is definitely what you could see a convoy of a few cars these in, protecting someone very important sat in the back of one of them. Anyway, to the facts and figures. Now, this one is obviously beefed up quite considerably. We managed to squeeze 1,054 horsepower from that engine, which is pretty incredible. And a top speed of 408 kilometers an hour, which puts it 17th out of 40 cars we've done so far. So top half for a big 4x4 is incredible. Very happy with that. And the facts and figures. Now, I did show you earlier how much we spent on the car. That was 67,814. And what I've spent on parts today, including painting, is 65,520, putting our total spend at 133,334. Let's have a look at the final figures. Now, obviously, only 32,000 kilometers on this is a low mileage car. 88% tuning now with 1,054 horsepower. But how much will it sell for? 241,303. I'm a bit shocked by that. I mean, I think when I went to look at it at the store earlier without any parts on it, it was 222,000 or something like that when I was trying to figure out where you can get them all from. But that does put our total profit at 107,969, which is pretty good for this car. Not too bad at all. We do have to get this one sold, though, so it is a time to move on to the next one. So it's time to say goodbye, Land Rover, Range Rover Sport. Goodbye. And what we have up next is the Nissan Sylvia S15. I believe they call it a 200SX in the UK, I believe. That's what I've always seen these as. I'm not sure if it's the exact same model. I was going to do another Land Rover, but I thought, let's just break it up a little bit. I will do another Land Rover in the following video after this one. But we're going to make this one look sweet in the next video. Performance parts all over it, making it as fast as we can. But I am going to call it quits on this video today. It has been going on for quite some time for me. It is like 10:30 at night here where I am. I've spent all day trying to find all of these cars. So it is time to say goodbye. If you did enjoy this video, do consider subscribing and think about leaving me a like. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.